Hi, I'm inside Reading's Hexagon Theatre, where the hugely successful tribute band Bye Bye Baby are about to arrive. They descend on Reading on Saturday the 15th of June and have been entertaining audiences all over the UK. I'm about to meet the founder and the producer of this very successful group. Let's go find him and have a quick chat. I'm here and I've come along to chat to the co-founder and producer, Marc Ryzer, and he found the group Bye Bye Baby, who are actually a tribute band to Frankie Vallie and the Four Seasons. Hi Marc.
Hiya.
Thank you so much for your time today. I mean, I know that you're very busy. There's a very busy schedule with the group at the moment and they're touring. But I just wanted to come and have a little chat to you and find a little bit more about the group and how it all started and how it all started for you. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. When did the band actually come together?
Oh, that was July 2013.
Okay, so quite a few years ago now.
Yes, it was.
Okay, and obviously you've brought the band together. You were in charge of obviously all the auditions and how you formed the group, but just a little bit of an insight into you personally. First of all, you've always had a love for music?
Yeah, ever since I was a child. I studied music right up to degree level. I'm a woodwind player by trade, and I've spent my life playing in bands, orchestras, singing in choirs, and musically directing a number of musicals, and then obviously now running as a producer of Bye Bye Baby.
And what was the attraction to actually focus on this particular sort of style of music or this particular group?
Oh, okay. The reason why I chose this style of music is Frankie Vallie is still touring now, and this show launched in the 1950s, his music, and his music is being reproduced by lots of other artists now. You know, one of his biggest numbers being Grease is the Word, the most famous musical in the world, with the opening titles being sung by Frankie Vallie.
Yes. Yeah, I think everybody's familiar with that track, aren't they? And so obviously the group comes together in 2013. You've got a passion for it. Is there one particular thing about the group that you liked? For example, was it the harmonies?
Yes, it definitely is. It's the harmonies. 4-part close harmonies, something that's close to my heart, and that is seen throughout all 31 numbers of our show, all of them in 4-part harmony.
I mean, it's a huge ask, isn't it? Because it's actually a very difficult thing to do, harmonies, because you're relying on just the voices, aren't you? And in some cases, you might not necessarily have the backing of the band playing. You have to be able to sort of sustain those harmonies on your own. So when you're looking to put the group together and you're auditioning, you've obviously got quite a high calibre of performers that you're looking for.
That's absolutely correct. The audition process is rigorous, so when I'm auditioning for members of my show, they all have to come in singing a lead vocal of the Four Seasons. I send them out harmonies to learn beforehand, and then I throw them in the deep end, and they've just got to sing those harmonies with the rest of the band straight away as part of the audition process. The reason why I do that is I change the show every year to make sure it's interesting for people that are coming back year after year, and therefore I need to be able to know how quickly these people can learn to sing in harmony. On top of that, it makes it even harder that they've got to dance all the way through the show as well. So 4-part harmony and a whole load of choreography to go with it.
Oh, tremendous respect for them, because in some respects they've got to be a triple threat, haven't they? I mean, they do the singing, but then they've got to be able to pick up the choreography and act. Yeah, so you're not asking a lot, really, are you?
Not at all, no. I'm very laid back. Ask my team.
Yeah. So did you find that you had quite a good selection of people to choose from, and was it quite difficult to select?
At the very beginning, I literally handpicked the first 4 singers that I ever hired, so that I didn't take them through an audition process. These people I'd previously worked with in different walks of life, and I brought these 4 strangers together and created Bye Bye Baby based on relationships I already had. However, as the band's evolved over the last 6 years, I've brought in new members because we are in such demand that I have to have 2 teams of singers, because a lot of the time we put 2 shows out on the same night in 2 different parts of the country. With those auditionees, it was a tough audition process. I'm hard to please when it's coming to somebody singing, dancing and acting. I know what I want, and I'm not going to take second second best.
Well, that's reflective in the actual standard of the performance and the reviews that you've had, because I mean, I've read and been looking on social media, obviously watching some of the performances, and I have to say, when I looked, I thought, wow, these guys are really good. I mean, you've got sort of key phrases like really sort of stunning choreography, very sharp, great harmonies. I mean, they're just brilliant performers, aren't they?
They really are.
Yeah,
I'm very lucky to have them.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you how they prepare before they go on stage and how they look after their voices, because there's quite a lot that they have to do, isn't there?
Well, the preparation's quite minimal these days, having done over 400 shows in the last 6 years. They're really well practiced. But the warm-ups, certainly for the guys that... My lead singers is Frankie Vallie. They're singing in a falsetto range, which is not a natural singing voice for a man at all. So the vocal warm-ups they have to do, they do that themselves on the way to a sound check. It's quite rigorous to make sure. Certainly, like this weekend, we have 4 shows back-to-back in 4 different locations. My Frankie Vallie has to be able to sustain a 2-hour show 4 times in a row. So the vocal warm-ups are incredibly important. If they just went in dry, they would end up in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, so much is about the preparation, isn't it? Yes. And sort of looking after your voice, and like you say, being able to sustain and uphold the amount of performances that they've got to do. So how many performers have you got in total?
In total, with singers, musicians, because we have a live band as well, sound engineers, choreographer, the lot. Bye Bye Baby's a team of 27.
That's great. I mean, that's just a great cast, isn't it? And for you, I suppose it's reassuring that you know that you've got these people and you've got the performances can go ahead. And yeah, so how many places in the UK would you say that they're touring? We
do on average about 100 theatre shows a year. Anywhere as north as Inverness, as south as Cornwall, as west as Belfast, and as east as Norfolk.
So basically, you get around. We
definitely do. They love the journeys up and down.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they are such good performers, and we're really looking forward to seeing them come to the Reading Hexagon, which is on the 15th of June.
That's right.
I've got to ask you, have there been any sort of bloopers or any funny moments that are really memorable, that you really sort of stand out in your mind?
Of course. We've had one of my singers, I'll keep his name to myself for his benefit, where he has split his trousers on stage. And part of the enjoyment of our show is we allow everyone to film and photograph during the show, because it's their night out. So he's all over YouTube with that. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So really good fun. We did see if we can get £250 from You Being Framed and everything from it. We're still waiting to hear back. But no, all good from that. Other than that, the show is pretty solid. So it generally goes out and is the same every night. So that's good. But that is one blooper that definitely he won't forget.
And I notice as well, you have such a mixed range in the audience, don't you? Mixed variety of people coming, because, you know, it's not really a generation, is it? A set generation. I think you appeal to all people, and you know, like you say, it ties in with, say, Grease the musical and other well-known songs that people are familiar with. So a mixed age range. Do the audiences really sort of take it on and get involved?
They absolutely do. They party hard. We are a nightmare to all the theatre's health and safety, because our audiences do not sit in their seats and watch our concert. What they're doing is they're up and dancing, probably from as soon as we start singing the big 3, Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry and Walk Like a Man. They're up dancing with the ushers desperately running around going, oh my God, you buy a fire door. But it's a real feel-good show. It is about making sure that audience have a great time and go home remembering it all with sore feet from dancing.
And I'm sure you agree with me. Isn't that what going to the theatre is about? That you come away feeling uplifted, that you've actually had a really enjoyable experience. And more so, if that starts from the minute that the performers come out stage, as a producer, you must look and be so proud and think, yes, I've achieved what I wanted.
Absolutely. Every time I see the show, I'm incredibly proud from the moment the show starts all the way through to the end of the performance. It's a massive achievement that I'm very proud of, but the 9 people that are in the theatre every time, 4 musicians, 4 singers and a sound engineer, they do one hell of a show every time they do it.
Congratulations. I mean, I think it's wonderful that you can sit there and have a vision and then actually live it now. And I think as an artist, isn't that just the biggest and the best feeling ever?
It absolutely is.
Yeah. So, come on, I've got to ask you, what's your favourite song from the show?
I bet you can guess.
Go on, tell me.
It's Bye Bye Baby. That's why I called the show Bye Bye Baby.
Yeah, naturally,
Yes.
Good call.
And it's the last song in our set. The audience go absolutely wild when we do our last number. They're waiting for it. They know it's coming because of the name of the show, so we make them wait till the very last moment and give it to them as the finale, and the audience go wild.
So you basically bring the house down.
We bring that house down every single time, and definitely still a lot of alcohol for the theatres in their bars.
Well, I absolutely no doubt you are going to bring the house down at the Reading Hexagon on the 15th of June. Just finally to finish off, I think one of my favourite songs from the show has got to be Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. I absolutely love that. I don't know whether I'd be very good at singing the harmonies. We might give it a try later when the camera's switched off, but thank you so much. It's been really lovely to meet you, Marc. I appreciate your time. I know you've got such a really busy schedule, but all the best. I think it's wonderful what you've put together, and I'm sure you're going to go on and be successful wherever you tour.
Thank you so much, and I hope to see you at one of our shows soon.
You will. Thank you.
Thank you.